Howdy folks, how are you today? Me and the wife are getting ready to go on a trip here. We're gonna do some traveling. Got some things here. We're getting ready to pack in the old car. Oh, turning the tide. The old tiki. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. The old tiki bar going on around here. So, fitting that we're gonna be taking the vehicle that we're gonna be taking. And we are going to be cruising the big wagon, which we're gonna go get it out of the garage real quick, over to meet Dane Scott and do some Chucker Lounge interviews. You know, probably should have took that, but price of diesel, nah. We want to cruise over in the wagon. It's more comfortable, which we could have took our Beetle if we wanted to. So, you know, it's just one of those things where we like to cruise in this. It's always fun, roomy. Plenty of room here. Let's get this open. Get in here. Let's open this up too, because, well, we need it open. So I'm gonna walk in the other way because it's kind of tight. So yeah, we're gonna be pumping the big wagon here. Let's get in there and get it out. I don't want to squeeze through there. Already done it. I had to load some fluids and stuff up in there. That way, if we had any issues, you know, I had the stuff in there. So let's get up in here, get this thing fired up and back her up. And we'll probably be doing a lot of channel surfing in here, even though we've got some choice tapes. Because every time we're at get that out of here. Every time we're at an antique store or something, we always pick up tapes because, well, we like them. This has a factory tape deck and we still use it. Let's back this thing up. That way we can see some light. Maybe I'll do a walk around for you real quick. I know some people were interested in this, got some good comments on it so far. You know, and I've done a few things here with it, but nothing really major. Yeah, get your eyes on some of that wood grain in there. Yeah, that's on because I owed 2 cents. I'm lazy and just haven't changed it. No big deal, been running it for a year like that. But yeah, the old factory tape deck in here. We got the premium sound speakers in here. The old nice wood. Everything's all original. Nice seats still. There's armrest, cup holders, you name it. They didn't go short on this, folks, when they build it. I'll let it run for a little bit, but we got a whole thing. We picked this thing up for like $2 at a antique store, and we got that thing is just full of tapes. And I went through them in one video, but you know, got the old little asham tray, and kids are like, "Oh, check it out! I got a place to charge my phone." No, you're supposed to light your cigarettes with that. They didn't go short on this back in 1989 when they made it here. Seats, you know, this back seat's good. Well, besides all that, but it's not ripped or anything. I got a rip in the front seat, which, you know, this thing sat a while in the sun, which you can tell from some of the patina and fade on some of this stuff, like right up here. But I love this. I'll just leave it like this and not even mess with it. Yeah, I've got a tear in the seat up here, which it ain't no big deal. Doesn't bother me. It's still comfortable. Just throw that blanket on there. Nobody has to know, except for you, because I just told you. Yeah, this thing's fantastic. Colony Park, Grand Marquis, Mercury. Crazy about a Mercury. Buy me a Mercury and cruise on down the road. And this has the original carpet in it still, and I like this little cubby right here. That's where I got some fluids and cleaning stuff just in case I need them. But get up in there real quick. Flip these out. You got the flip out seats. Oh, I should have swept that out yesterday, but I didn't. That's okay, which this is nice because we can throw our shit back here and don't have to worry about anybody seeing it when we go places and stuff. And, you know, we get stuff from places. Love it. Just cover this back up with the carpet, which usually, you know, a lot of times this is gone out of something like this. But, you know, I was fortunate that this was still in here, so that's nice. This all works. The tailgate here works fine. Got the luggage rack. Got the old wood grain on the luggage rack too, which is sweet. And I do have the original wheels for these. These are aftermarket ones, obviously, that I put on 2 or 3 years ago, I believe. Side, you know, side exhaust kicking out there because I'm ghetto and like that stuff. So yeah, I didn't clean it up or anything. I swept the interior yesterday because, you know, there's really no point. Knew it was going to rain today, and, you know, we're going to be traveling. We'll probably get wet, but I don't think we'll run any rain. We kind of, you know, took it easy so we didn't have to. But yeah, it's got the 5.0 fuel injected motor in it, so it you know, scoots down the road nice, and it just hums down the interstate like it ain't nobody's business. I don't have no complaints with this car, you know what I mean? I go over and check all fluids and stuff. Been pretty solid, so no complaints about this. It's got 84,000 miles on it right now, I think is what it was reading. You know, obviously got the cracks in the dash from, you know, it just being old and stuff, but yeah, 84,253 is what we got on the dash. So, you know, it was missing this panel right here, which I'd like to get a hold of, the fuse panel cover sometime, but it's not a big deal. And that little carpet that goes and tucks up under it, I don't stress about things like that. It's cool, whatever. Old car, still looks good. Yeah, like I said, I've got the original wheels, hubs, or the rims still, and it's got that center cap, which a lot of times you'll see those cars with the original, but they'll be missing that center cap, which has the Mercury logo in, and I think I've got them over here. Yeah, I've got some white walls. These are the wheels right here, and I've got some white walls on them that I keep down, but here is the original that I was talking about, and I've got all 4 of those. So that was cool when I got the car. I was glad to be able to get that. But yeah, we could have took this, but we're taking that instead. So and we're gonna get ready to get loaded up here, and then we are gonna, like I said, go visit Dane Scott and check out the Truckers Lounge and do some stuff with him, because he has got an old Pete Cabover that I'm gonna do an interview with him on, because I didn't get to when we were over at Ashland. That's where the first time, you know, his truck, I seen his truck and I shot that on my video of that, and he reached out after that and got a hold of me, and we've been, you know, communicating back and forth since then. So until we come back, you know, maybe we'll get you on some stops, I don't know, but yeah, we're getting ready to head over there, so stay tuned. And until then, you know what we say, we will see ya. Well folks, we are all loaded up and ready to go. So it's about 9:44 right now. We're all loaded up and ready to go. So here we go. Say goodbye, big truck. We will see you in a couple days. Or tomorrow afternoon. Who knows what we're gonna get into or what we're gonna want to do. So you know how it is when we go out and do things. You never know what's gonna happen. My house. We'll be back. folks, we are almost there. It is 1:30. We stopped about 10 minutes down the road and got gas. We stopped when we were on the turnpike to pull 10100 because, you know, we needed to, and we ain't stopped besides that little convenience store on a corner. Decided to pick up some things, and then we're almost here, so done pretty good. I filled it up, and I've run 214 miles on the tank. I still got a quarter tank. Not bad for a 5.0. Cruising about averaging 74 miles per hour, I would say. The old GPS talking to me on the phone. So we should be pulling up here within a few minutes.
Turn left onto Clark Street, then turn left onto Chapman Street.
Chamberlain, Dalton. Turn left. Okay, so this must be where he, yeah, there he is. He's standing outside.
Turn left onto Chapman Street.
Just wait.
Then the destination is on your right.
Sipping a cup of coffee. And here we go.
The destination is on your right.
Yes,
480 Chapman Street.
En route. Alrighty then, folks. Look at that. We're pulling up to this gas station now. So I'm gonna get off here, and we'll bring you back soon once we get talking to him. So until then, you know what we say. All right, folks, we are back. Just popped in here. We're at the shop right now, checking out Dane's truck. This is Dane, everybody. If you don't know him from me saying anything and checking out his channel, let's talk about your truck here. How long have you owned this?
I've had this since 2015.
Okay.
It went through a few hands, but the original guy that ran this truck was from Litchfield, and that's who I've got on the side there, Larry Triana. He ran a step deck, and well, he hauled a whole lot of stuff with this truck. But he passed away in 2000, so the truck changed hands a couple times.
Guy's name still on the door there.
Yeah, I figured, you know what, I'm going to leave it as a tribute to that. I like the vibe, the old school vibe. So it's basically the same truck that he ran. I dressed it up a little bit, but everything's pretty much as it was. Like I said, I added some goodies and things, but
oh yeah, that interior looks nice too. All original.
Yep. Yep.
Smells like an old truck too.
Yeah, there's a story behind that. He smoked the Captain Jack pipe tobacco always,
right.
And I've talked to his nephew and a neighbor that grew up, and he taught both of them to drive truck in this truck.
Nice.
And they were like, "That thing smells like Captain Jack, doesn't it?" I said, "Yeah, it does." And there was a film on it, you know, everywhere.
Oh yeah.
That Captain Jack cigar or
pipe tobacco.
Yeah, yeah, old school stuff.
Is that power window then?
It is.
Nice.
Yeah, I took the cover. I had to replace the whole unit in here. You know that that metal roll-up part. So I had to replace that. So I didn't get the cover back on yet. But finally, she works good. Everything works on it. It's been a good truck. You saw my fixes video there. I got small stuff to fix on it.
Yeah.
But, those brackets always break on this for some reason. I just don't like the
vibration. All these old trucks, they just bounce around.
Yeah.
Like ain't nobody's business.
And I got the camper out there, so I've got to put fenders on it. Otherwise, I'm going to send something right up through the camper floor.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to pick up, especially with tread like this.
Yeah, right. I should fire it up. I can fire it up in here. Let you hear it. I took this, talk about Ashland show, I took this down to Ashland, I think in 2019, and I went to Litchfield first and met his widow.
Nice.
Real nice lady, made me a lunch and everything, and the nephew come out, and he learned how to drive truck backing this into the driveway. Larry would come in, he'd honk the horn, he'd say, "Come out and back it in." And that's how he learned to drive truck.
Nice.
He drives truck today. So when I pulled up out front, I hit the horn, and I'm like, "Come back her in." So he backed it in, I filmed.
Awesome.
That's what it's about to me.
Yep.
It's the history, you know?
Tries on that, folks. Oh, caddy, look at that interior. Sweet old Mustang over here too.
Oh, you know what? It's back here. Yeah.
Let's climb up in there with him.
Yeah, hop up in here. Yeah, I know you like these.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you seen mine, right?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. He sounds gnarly.
There you go. Got her all lit up. That's what I'm talking about, folks. We're going to jump over here to Truckers Lounge. We'll bring you back in a little bit. So until then, you know what we say. Getting ready to check out the Truckers Lounge here. Check out this. You don't see these very often. A lot of you guys probably had to use these back in the day and do your stuff. So right here is where we are, coming in here.
There is a very cool truck in this magazine I'm looking at.
Dane's actually checking out an overdrive
Check
from
that out.
February of 2020 that's got my blue truck in there. I brought that up for him that way he could have
Well,
that.
that's yours. What a coincidence.
Yes, sir. But he does have some old school overdrives out here that the wife is checking out right now. So we are in the Truckers Lounge, folks. Checking it out, and we've got some old school stuff on the jukebox. We're not going to play right now, but I mean, on camera, once we close this down and do the off-screen stuff, we're going to get into some of this probably. And do that one right there, because, well, everybody needs that.
Yeah, that's right.
Wife was talking about Boxcar Willie the other day. He had a commercial come up, and well, look what he's got on here. So that is fantastic. Oh, and he's even got heart for the display. How do I get you along?
There.
All right. So what did you, this creation, what vision did it come from?
Well, I'm a retro dude, obviously.
Right.
Into everything 60s and 70s. When I was growing up, I used to ride with a trucker. He used to take me with him, so that kind of gave me the fever, the old school fever for trucking. And especially Cabovers, because he had a couple K100s. And that's what I've always been into. And so when I was building this, I thought, well, I need to have a little tool crib back here. So it started out to be a tool crib. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to make this like a trucker's lounge and put all truck stuff in it. So it just kind of took off from there.
Right on.
And these guys out here running the drills right now, they never tell me no. So when I come up with an idea, they build it for me. So And I knew a guy in Erie that had this machine here. What do you call it?
Jukebox.
Yeah. And he repairs my guitar amps. And I remember seeing it in his garage, so I called him. I said, hey, you still got that jukebox? You want to sell it? So he sold that to me. And actually, it was all built. This whole thing was, talk about what it was founded on, was this refrigerator.
Right.
Old school 50s refrigerator that my mom had in her basement. I said, I want that someday. So when I got that, I was like, everything's got to be old school. So starting with that refrigerator, which does work.
And
works like a charm.
what's this box right next to it?
That's just a cupboard.
Okay.
A cabinet that I found in an antique store that matched it.
Yeah, it does extremely. I wasn't sure if that was a freezer or not.
Nope. Just a pantry. And this is from Walmart. Sells these brand new right now. I walked into Walmart and saw that.
It fits well, matches.
So it's just a good time, in my opinion, when America was really fun.
Yeah.
You know, most kids my age and maybe your age, you're a younger guy than me, but grew up at least and spent some time in a gas station or a truck stop, pumping gas, or you know,
doing something old school. Yeah. When I was a kid, I started off in a trailer park that was next to a truck stop called the Vagabond Village.
Yeah.
So anytime, and that was one of my first jobs, was doing dishes there, and they played nothing but country music because it was a truck stop, you know. So that's where I get a lot of my nostalgia from, you know, that whole situation, because that was a big deal back in the day, you know, and it still does all right, but you know, the way they rerouted 24 and opened it up to 4 lanes now, so it basically took a lot of business away, but that stuff is still there. So you know, it's something that brings back memories from me when I was a kid, you know, growing up with things like that. My grandpa was a truck driver, so you know, when I was a little kid, I'd always climb up in his truck and he'd take me for rides and things like that. So you know, I feel the nostalgia in it and stuff, and never thought I'd be a truck driver when I was in school or anything like that, but it's just one of those things that happened, you know. Yeah. Over time.
And this area that I'm in here has a lot of heritage, a lot of old school truckers. When I grew up on my road, there was probably 6 to 7 truck drivers, and they'd bring their trucks home, they'd pull out front, they'd leave at 3 in the morning, and I'd hear them start. I'd jump up out of bed and I'd just sit there and watch them, you know, start them trucks. So there's a lot of old school guys still around.
Yeah.
That really enjoy our channels and seeing these trucks. And as you know, the Cabovers, people just love them.
Well, they're few and far between anymore. And when I bought mine, it wasn't as expensive as what you could find one for like that now. Mm-hmm. And it's just what it is. Old stuff's coming back into style, and people want that old stuff because of the laws and the regulations and things like that. And if you can get away running one, I highly recommend it, because, well, that's the way to go. So you don't have the issues that some of the newer guys have that they're taking on with, you know, driving somebody else's truck. So
yeah, and there's a certain amount of pride when you own your own trucks and you do what you want to do to fix it up, or
absolutely
you do what you want to do.
Put your money into it. That way you know, you have your truck the way you want it. So yeah, this is the Truckers Lounge, folks. So hope you enjoyed this, and we'll probably come back in a little bit here with some other things. So until then, you know what we say. Cool side view stuff here. Just checking this out real quick. I don't know how deep you can get in there, but it's pretty cool. Trains come in, ore and stuff from the boats, load them up. Dane said coal used to come in over here, but that's not anymore, but ships can ride right on here and just get unloaded. Pretty cool little town over here. Always like to see this kind of stuff. Old dinosaurs. down here because she wanted to get her toes in the sand, feel the water of the lake. We just went over that drawbridge. That was cool. Tried to get some, there's a big ship over there. One of the places. I tried to get some of that. I don't know if you could see it or not. I'm sorry if you couldn't, but I don't think there's really anywhere we might be able to pull up somewhere over there. And if we can, I'll stop and check it out because, well, that was cool and she liked it. But, you know, just figured we'd pop over here real quick since we're up by the lake. Boom. Their feet wet. Get them feet wet. A bunch of smooth stones and stuff here. I'm gonna have to pick some up. It's super smooth. I know she's into rocks and stuff, but yeah, this stuff is nice and smooth. Grab some of those. Couldn't bring the old wagon over here. You can't see it over there without getting by the beach. And when we're over with Dane, we just left there probably about 45 minutes ago, and we're just cruising back towards the house, but we ain't going home tonight. But when we're over there with him, in his town, there's a place where you can actually drive down on the beach. And I told her, I said, we should have drove the wagon down there because I would have been super sick. But maybe next time, because I'm sure we'll come back because it's super nice over here. That's an old electrical facility that's no longer in use. It's crazy. But super cool to see these old structures and stuff like that. We're into that kind of thing. So yeah, that covered bridge was sweet. Or that whatever tow bridge, I don't know. Yeah, so we'll probably bring you back later another time because we're gonna, you know, keep on our venture and doing stuff. So hopefully you're enjoying all this. Good time with Dane. That was nice to be able to meet him and see his stuff and talk to him for a while. And you know, just do some things. Went to a restaurant over there, took us out for lunch or whatever you want to call it, brunch. Now half dinner, I don't know. And place was killer, had some fresh perch, so it's a good deal. But for now I'm signing off, so you know what we say. Until then, we will see ya. We just pulled down into this town, Lakes on Geneva. Oh, looks like we may have been able to park back here, but I doubt it. Oh, check out that fire truck. There's an old firehouse winery we're gonna check out here. I'll probably have to cut you out here real quick because of the music and stuff, but you know how it goes. It's pretty cool. We're gonna go in here and check out this winery. And a few boutique spots and stuff like that around here. All kinds of stuff. A line down the sidewalk, she says, so I guess we'll have to check it out and see. Pretty cool little place if you're ever around. Touristy, that's for sure. I'd say check it out. So I'll let you know how this goes. Wish me luck. Well, folks, just got back to the house about 25 minutes ago, and you know, we just opted not to stay. Wasn't sure if there was going to be places around there because it was a Thursday night up on the lake. Everything that was there was probably rented. We did go through the town where we stopped with the Firehouse Winery, and that line was too long and we didn't go through it. So you know, everything that was around there had no vacancy, so we just figured we'd just cruise back home because, well, I'm a truck driver and I usually don't get home until midnight anyway, so it wasn't like it was a big deal. But car did great, and I'll show you a few things real quick. Let's kick the lights on. Something I like about this car is you know, green in there with the brights on still, but these right here are sick. And when you turn on the turn signals, let's see if this one will kick on. Oh yeah, let's see if that light will kick on. Usually this light right here kicks on, but for some reason it's not. I don't know why. But that light kicks on both sides up there in the front, and I like that. That way you can see when you're turning. Yeah, these are fun right here. And this car did good. Always like cruising this thing. I don't know why that light's not kicking on, but it's got it on both sides. Usually when you turn the turn signal on, this whole thing will brighten up, so not sure why it's not. But I got to clean this thing out and get all the stuff inside that we didn't need, even though we took stuff, and then wrap this up, and I'll go to bed probably after I have a few Miller lights, because, well, you know, it's Miller time. Lights are on. Blue lights aren't on. It's party time, but you know what time it is. So yeah, had a nice visit with Dane. Got to meet him. That was fun. You know, always nice being able to go and see other people in their vehicles, because I didn't get to do an interview with him on his truck at the Ashland show, but you know, was glad I got to see him today and meet him, and that was a really nice area we'd never been to, so we'll probably be back there sometime here in the future. So the big wagon will cruise, and those people just love this thing up by them beach towns. So you know, it's dirty because we hit some massive downpour and I'll have to clean her up, but other than that, this thing did a good job and handled very well. I'll tell you that much right now. So hopefully you enjoyed today, and you know, I'll get back with you soon, because you know I'm always doing something. So until the next time, you know what we say, we will see ya.